Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing today? Oh my God, it's Thursday, right? Thursday, yeah, Thursday. I don't know when this week passed, like, what the heck is even going on? Seriously. All right, guys, so as usual, we are going to be focusing on trading gold by looking for SMT plus fair value gap, SMT in relation with or in relation to silver. All right, now earlier today I did take a trade, so I'm not really sure if for today I'm going to be really like eagerly waiting for a setup to form so that I can make some money. Not really. But yeah, we're gonna tape read, we're gonna analyze whatever it is that we see here on the charts, and hopefully we're gonna make this day another day in which we learn something. All right, so I wanted to check the Forex economic calendar, see exactly what stuff we have prepared for today. Because I remember from yesterday that, okay, so we had jobless claims, came out a little better than expected. Not so much better, but a little better than expected. And then in about 47 minutes, existing home sales. Not that important in my opinion, but whatever. All right, so how have you guys been? Hello, Stefano. Is the music okay? Especially the volume. The volume of the music, is that okay? I can actually try to see that on my phone. Let's see. Is that okay? I can actually try to see that. Okay, I think we could have a little bit more volume for the music, right? Just a bit. Okay. Okay, so let's see what London, what happened during the London session. During the London session, the market dropped. I have a little game in mind for a little later. Hello, Francis. There are some of you here who are here daily. Ever since I started live streaming, I think you guys, I think I'm gonna make, where you can make that kind of like community badges for the members who are usually like involved and active in whatever it is that a content creator is doing. I could actually make some community badges for you guys, for those of you who are engaging all the time, like Francis, for example, and many others. Okay, so let's see what silver and gold did today, because today was a very interesting price action on the London session. Interesting in the idea that it was very technical. It was very like almost like scripted, if you ask me. Most important part that I was able to see all day, obviously, is this humongous bearish trade that I took here. And this thing was really like a textbook setup from many points of view. Not only that we had price creating an SMT divergence, which indicates bearish reversal for gold, which is somewhat, at least for an intraday perspective, what happened, or at least a deeper pullback. It is what we're experiencing right now. Also, you guys know that I'm a big fan of waiting for price to sweep either the high of the Asia session or the low of the Asia session, and then look for setups in the opposite direction of the sweep. So in this case, we also had gold sweeping the buy side liquidity above the Asia session, right? So that was another thing. Another thing was that after we had the SMT, we had this beautiful bearish fair value gap, which confirmed our SMT divergence, making it even stronger to believe that there was actually a big possibility that price would actually seek lower prices. Also, look at this rebalance of the fair value gap and then starting to reject. Like, this was absolutely a beautiful trade. And I did take this with a minor lot size, not my usual, because I was at the gym. And remember that yesterday during the stream, I was saying that I try to avoid trading London session because I'm usually at the gym and because I can't focus on my training and I can't focus on my trading either. So training and trading, can't focus on any of those. But I like this looked too good. So I did take it with a minor lot size, and I actually made 1.2% on my funded account today with this trade alone. And I'm usually aiming for 1 to 2% profit every day. And that's exactly what I got. Like, I got a little over 1% with this trade. So I'm very happy for today. Anyway. Also, another thing that got my attention for this trade was just look at how price rejected from 12-minute open. So these are things. SMT divergence, session sweep or daily sweeps, SMT divergence, fair value gaps, and 12-minute opens. You guys, these are things that they rarely fail. When a setup forms, it's rarely gonna fail. And if it's gonna fail, you're not gonna have such a huge stop loss. That's the beauty of it. Despite the fact that we're trading gold, the stop loss is not going to be that big because many of these entries are like sniper entries. Like, not all the time they're going to be like super sniper entries, but like usually you're going to see that it's going to be the kind of entry where you enter and then price just starts to move in your favor. Maybe not all the time it's going to do that with momentum, with speed, distance, fast, but eventually it will. So that's the good part. Now, trying to see what could happen next. Even though I hate to have this kind of approach, what might happen next? I don't really like that kind of approach, but can't really do anything in here. So obviously, the market doesn't move unless it wants to go for liquidity or it wants to rebalance old imbalances, right? So the reason why we might be seeing gold, going lower today would be either to rebalance like an old imbalance from a higher time frame. If we go to the daily, like I wasn't really able to spot anything like super relevant, except for the low of yesterday, which is just going to be the beginning of this bullish fair value gap here. All right, this one. Apart from this, there's also a 4-hour bullish fair value gap, this one in here, which I was telling you yesterday that my boyfriend texted me and told me that this might actually be like a drawn liquidity. We don't know. I don't know if this is going to be our drawn liquidity for today, but I just have that level marked. Also because there are some other SMT sell side areas all the way till that fair value gap on the 4-hour. Obviously, there's also the option in which price has just came into what a lot of people like to call this like a demand zone, and right now it's just going to start to go back again, and definitely that can also happen. One thing that really catches my attention is the fact that we are right now like super uncorrelated. Like gold is right now super uncorrelated with silver. I'm thinking we should have at least a pullback till around the 50% level of this range, which is 3019, I think. 3019, 3020, something like that. But yeah, we'll see. There's a lot of stuff that can happen. But like I said, the things that are catching my attention right now are the fact that these two pairs are right now super uncorrelated. And silver here also swept like some major liquidity zones. I wouldn't necessarily consider them sweeps, honestly. Just looking better at these. These are rather breaks of structure. Anyway, all right, so as usual, you guys know what I'm looking for. Okay, I'm looking for SMT, and I'm also looking for fair value gap, not necessarily in this order. Could also be looking for fair value gap and then SMT. All right. Now I'm gonna start by marking the existing like liquidity SMT areas, just like I usually do. So we have that over there, and we also had this one here. Especially for gold, this is a bit at a different level than it is for silver. I'm curious to see these two highs in here. That high. And this one, okay, still lower highs. What is this? Not really. Okay. Quite a big range today for London, especially like pre-New York. This whole drop over here, which was like 2,000 points. That's quite a lot. Quite a lot. Like 2,000 points is 200 pips. That's a lot. It's a big drop. I'll be monitoring this small little area here because it's like you can definitely see we have like two equal lows here. But if both pairs are going to take that out at the same time, then it's not interesting anymore. And probably that's exactly what's going to happen. But actually, you know what? Another thing that is actually more interesting is this BISI over here that price rejected off of on both pairs. It's a little off here. Not really the same candle on silver, but still that will do the job. Now I'm thinking that if we could see price on gold invalidate that, we could actually see move lower to lower liquidity areas, but we'll see. Okay, so silver swept that minor low. It's also like, it's going to be a lot visible on the 1 minute, I know it. It's also like some sort of SMT here. I don't know if you guys can see it, where it's more like gold created like relatively equal lows, whereas silver had this, you know, it kind of like went lower, I would say. Oh my god, sorry guys, I need to put you on mute. Sorry for that, guys. I have a delivery coming. Okay, so there's some sort of minor SMT sell side here. It's going to be interesting to see if price will find support here or not. Oh, sorry again. All right, I got my package. Sorry for that. Okay, so I'm really curious to see whether gold is going to find support here. Like, you know what I would like to see? I would like to see that London today was just a manipulation, even though I don't think that's going to be the case, but whatever. And I'd love to see silver finding support here in this fair value gap, gold going down, taking out the sell side SMT, tapping the 4-hour BISI, and then starting to form our bullish setup. And as it would do this, it would create this SMT divergence where gold induces the idea of going lower, but it actually finds support into the 1-hour BISI. It also takes SMT divergence. It also takes sell side from previous SMTs, while during all this time, silver finds support in this existing fair value gap. Honestly, this is what I would like to see. It would make sense that this happens, right? And then we're just gonna create, believe it or not, like a new all-time high. But like I said, we'll see what happens. You know, from wanting to see something to seeing whether it's going to happen or not. Oh, that's a long way. So this is how I would look to buy. I would also look to buy if, let's say, we would see gold finding support in here in this fair value gap. Although, to be honest with you, I would consider this fair value gap to be already, like, not necessarily old, and not necessarily obsolete, but I don't have another word for right now. So just think of like an obsolete fair value gap that wouldn't necessarily be able to support price. That's why I'm more inclining towards the idea of gold going lower and then creating our bullish setup. How I would short this, probably gold here or here in one of these two bearish FVGs, and then rejection, looking to go down into the 4-hour fair value gap. And during the time gold goes up to rebalance one of these two bearish fair value gaps, silver would actually go higher. Yeah, that's how I would trade this. Bearish. Minor SMT here, minor SMT sell side, or not. Oh no, not really. Yeah, here. Okay, so around this area there is like minor SMT buy side liquidity. We'll see. New hairstyle looks great. Thank you. There was a micro SMT on 5-minute between 8:50 and 9 a.m. 8:50 and 9 a.m. Yeah, there was, which is better visible on the 1 minute as far as I can see. Thomas is talking about this one. All right, so it's good. We also have like a minor buy side over here as well. Yeah, it's good to mark these minor buy side areas because you've already seen it in almost all of my live streams. Price will reach at one of these minor SMT areas, and then it's just gonna completely turn around from there. Like, you guys have seen it so many times already. Like, it's undeniably powerful. You can't really deny that. Okay, so we'd really love to see gold find resistance in one of these two fair value gaps. And during the same time, with this move moving higher, but not actually creating a higher high, silver would actually create a higher high. And then it would start to reject at the same time when gold would start to reject from one of those fair value gaps. And then we would actually take it lower to at least the 4-hour fair value gap. We'll see. What is the reason why bullish setups are not that interesting now, but more targeting sell side? I'm not necessarily more interested in bearish setups rather than bullish setups. But there's a reason why the market goes in one direction. So if we go to the 1 hour, we're going to see that price has been bullish, right? You can't really deny that, all right? And even though like this week, or I don't know if it was this week or this week, in here, I think it was yesterday, yeah. Even though yesterday price went down in here, right? It seemed as a break of structure to the downside or change of character bearish. It actually then, when it retraced, it failed to make a lower low, all right? And then it just continued to move higher, okay? Whatever it is that's going on right now, whatever happened today with price action is a bit different in my opinion, because price went down, all right? Again, it somehow broke like a structure or a change of character. It created something lower, right? And then it pulled back and then it continued to go lower. So at this point, I would be more inclined to consider that the reason why price is dropping is not necessarily to, you know, let's say rebalance this 1 hour BSI. Because if that would be the case, if price went down in here only to rebalance this 1 hour fair value gap and then it would intend to go higher, it wouldn't make sense that this whole fair value gap, the entirety, you know, the entire space of this fair value gap would be rebalanced, all right? I mean, it just wouldn't make sense. Like whenever price is bullish, whenever you're thinking bullish order flow, what you want to see is fair value gaps that are being formed. They're barely touched and then price rejects from them, okay? We don't want to see price spending too much time into a fair value gap if we're considering that, well, it's just going into the fair value gap to rebalance it and then it's going to reject, okay? Take for instance this one. You see it barely touched it and then it went lower, all right? This is the type of stuff that we want to see. And even if it's going to spend some time in a fair value gap like we've seen in here, for example, we don't necessarily want to see price rebalancing the whole range of the fair value gap all the way to the lower limit of the fair value gap, okay? But if we're looking at the 1 hour, like that's not really what happened with this 1 hour fair value gap. You see, like it should have rejected from here. You see? So that's why I'm more inclined to think sells, because I don't think that the decline it's over. It just wouldn't make sense. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Duh. Inversion, someone says inversion fair value gap 6:25, 6:30 a.m. Six 6:25, 6:30 a.m. You're saying this one? Yeah, maybe. I mean, definitely it is an inversion fair value gap, but I wouldn't have found any reason to enter a trade based on my rules. Look at this. Oh, McDonald had a farm. How would it be that this was actually the thing that needed to happen in order for price to give us the confirmation that it's going higher? But no, I wouldn't buy into this because, like, two reasons. One, if this is the first leg of this minor SMT and this is the second leg of this minor SMT, all right, then on this first leg, there is no bullish FVG that price is rejecting off of, okay? That bullish FVG is from this leg, and from that low to this low, there is no SMT divergence because it's this one with this one. So both are higher lows, all right, on both pairs. So if I were to consider taking like, well, gold created a higher low, silver created a lower low, therefore it's going to continue to move higher, I wouldn't really buy into that, like I said, because on this push to the upside that makes the first leg of the SMT, I don't have a bullish fair value gap that price is rejecting off of. Okay, because this bullish FVG is from this leg, which is not part of my SMT. So it just wouldn't make sense. Have myself a coffee. $61 viewers and only 25 likes. Do you think that's normal? Because I don't. Really, it's not normal. You guys, hit the like button. Seriously, hit the like button. I think we need to make this a little bigger. All right, so I was saying that I have a little game in mind that we can play. So here's what I would what I was thinking. I was thinking that we could play the following game. I'm gonna say the letter A, and then I'm gonna start in my own mind to say the alphabet, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever, whatever. And then I'm gonna stop the moment one of you guys is gonna write stop in the chat, okay? And then, regardless of what letter I'll have at that moment in my mind, I'm gonna start saying like positive words that start with that letter. And you guys can also write in the chat positive words that start with that letter. I used to do this. And you know, I used to play this game with someone, and it was really a game changer. Like every day when we had like a bad day, when we were feeling down or something like that, we played this game and we forced our minds to think of positive stuff. So really focus on positive stuff. And I swear to God, it all the time, it took less than 1 or 2 minutes until we were actually just shifting our vibe completely and starting being a lot more positive. So let's play this game, guys, okay? So, but before, someone's asking, you don't check DXY when trading gold? No, I don't. And then someone says, FYI, for those without page trading view, you can use an indicator called SMT pair that will give you a horizontal split screen of gold, silver. Much simpler than trying the Swiss charts. Oh, cool. Nice, nice. Cool. All right, you guys. So let's play this little game, okay? So I'll say the letter A, and then I'll stop the moment when one of you is going to write the word stop in the chat. All right? And then we're going to start thinking about positive words that start with that letter. So, you guys ready? A. Okay, Francis said stop. Francis, of course. So the letter is S. All right, guys, positive words that start with the word S. All right, let's see. First word. What do we got? Superb. Nice. Supply. Come on. It's not positive. It's not. Super. Okay. Serenity. Cool. Sweet. Woo, I like it. Success. Exactly. That's the word I was thinking about. And I said, well, how come nobody is saying that word? And I was thinking, well, if no one's going to say it, then I'm going to say it eventually. Satisfaction. Nice. Special. Very well. Simplicity. Oh my God, you guys. Super, super nice. That's really cool. Okay, what else? Self-confidence. Okay, I'm going to put this here. And with self, something that begins with self, you can put self-confidence, self-control, and everything that, you know, is with self. All right. Let's see, what else do we got? Study. Yes. Very well. Sensational. Nice. Splendid. Oh my God, you guys are rocking. Wow. Sincere. Very well. Skilled. Woo! I love this. Come on. Succulent? What is that? Stimulating. Okay. Stimulating. Nice. All right, guys. RBV Forex said stop. Strive. We're going to put this strive and selfless. Okay. And we don't have any more room here to write positive words that start with letter S. Smile. Nice. You guys are killing it. Very well. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Wow. Marco had a lot of words. Boy, you were in the flow, weren't you? Well done. All right, you guys. Sparkling. Very well. Now, in the meantime, let's also see what is going on in the chart, because we might have an opportunity passing by and we're here playing games. Look at this minor thingy. Do you see it? Looking good. But in order for this to make sense, I would like to see this tiny SMT, this tiny FVG on the 1 minute, the 943 bearish FVG on the 1 minute. I want that to be reclaimed, and more important, I want this bullish FVG to be invalidated or inversed or whatever you want to call it. 945. And then if that happens, we are going to take, or I am going to take a trade, but it's going to be a small lot size. Someone said seriousness, Francis, and then someone said smart. Yay! Yay for smart. All right. Wow, you guys were really in the flow. All right, 16, 15 seconds until the current candle closes. If it's gonna close like this, I'm honestly thinking about taking a short, but it's not gonna be, like I said, I'm only gonna look to take a trade with a minor lot. All right, and we're in. Not too big of a lot, guys, okay? Stop loss goes above the SMT. Looking to aim at least this low. I would think we get at least 1 R till there. I got filled at 30.34. That's my exact fill, 30.34 precisely. Right, like this. Okay. Stop loss size is going to be, oops, what happened? Hey, what's going on? Stop loss, it's approximately 40 pips, 38 to 40 pips. All right, so I love the way price seems to be rejecting from that inversion that it just created here. Let me just mark that as an inversion. Oh, not anymore. Yeah. We'll see. This is honestly, it's an entry that it's maybe a bit forced, I would say, because I don't usually trade on the 1 minute, but we'll see. And then, so if we reach this low, I'm just going to consider taking some partials, but it really depends, because if I'm going to see price just smashing through that low, I don't think that I'm going to take any partial, because I have a small, like I only opened 0.3. So I'm thinking that maybe we reach the fair value gap on the 4 hour. And that would be nice to watch. My battery is running low. Okay, let's plug this in. So you guys like the music, don't you? Huh. I think it's a good playlist, yeah. I feel it's bullish until 30.50. It might, of course. It might be bullish. Okay. $68 people watching the live stream right now. 44 likes. You guys don't really like me, don't you? I'm sad. Why don't you like me? I'm thinking of ways that would actually make me want to get out of the trade earlier. As in, not necessarily like indications that would tell me, or stuff that would indicate that it's not necessarily wanting to go lower. And I think one of the things would be, here in the 1 minute, would be like another SMT at the lows, another SMT at the lows that would indicate that we might see some bullishness coming in. But we'll see, because for now we don't have any of that, so just following the plan for now. I would really love to see silver rejecting from this city over here, because the logic here is that silver created a higher high, therefore minor buy side, and then it's creating bearish fair value gap. So rejecting from the fair value gap only to then continue lower and dragging gold with it. That would be nice, but we'll see. We're gonna have news in 5 minutes. Yes, now 4 minutes. But I don't know if these news are that important, like home sales. They are signaled with like as a red folder news on my FX book. But honestly, I don't know. But yeah, maybe the guys from my FX book know better. So yeah. I was saying yesterday, someone asked me yesterday, do you usually, if you find a setup, if you get a setup on the, you know, just before news, do you usually take it? And I said I try not to. And right now you see me taking a trade just before news. Weird. But like I said, I took this trade with a minor lot size, only 0.3. So like if it's going to take me out, it's going to take me out by about $100. So that's fine. It's 0.2% loss. I can live with that. That's okay. I would not want gold to reject from here. I would want silver to smash through this level and lower, and gold do the same thing. Because if silver didn't reach at this low yet, but gold did, and if silver would eventually not reach at that low, and then gold would start to reject from here, that would be like an SMT for a possible long. So I wouldn't really like that. Also, I would love to see this BISI on the 1 minute being like boof, completely smashed, like turned into like inverted, right? I would really love to see that. $20 pips so far. Back in the days when I was trading my 1 minute strategy, I would have gotten out with 90% of my trade right here, but I was trading volumes. Like I was trading 10 standard lots, 20 standard lots, like crazy volumes. And no, I was not trading funded money. I was trading my own funds. And I would have gotten out with 20 pips, 90% of my trade would be out, stop loss secured at break even, and that would be it. If we could reject from here, that would be good. From this SIBI that it created on the 957 candle. We'll see. Supposedly right now the news is out, right? Yeah. Okay, so it's doing exactly what I said that or at least right now at this current moment, it's doing exactly what I would not want it to see doing. But we don't know yet, right? Because we don't have candle closing yet. We'll see. Maybe this is just a retest. We will see. Yeah, someone's asking what news. I see none. It was something like home sales or something like that. It's signaled as a red folder news on my FX book, but I'm not sure if the impact is that relevant. What's the 5 minutes saying? Yeah, I don't really like how the 5 minute looks like. But we'll see, you guys. We will see. How much of a personal account balance that one can retire to go trading on? It really depends. It depends on a lot of factors. It depends on, first, it depends on what are your lifestyle expectations, right? Like, do you expect to live like a king, to, you know, or do you expect to just be okay? Not necessarily having to work, you know, but at the same time not necessarily expecting to get like a huge income, you know. And then another factor that it depends on is the country you live in, or the country you want to live in, because we know that lifestyle can really vary depending on the country you're in. Lifestyle, like you know, expenses and all of that, right? Okay, so look at silver smashing through this liquidity area. It's very possible that gold will also do that, unless gold will really find resistance inside this 5 minute FVG. But I'm not really sure, honestly, because and silver would start to reject from this SMT BSL area. But honestly, I'm not sure if that's going to happen, because there was also some minor SMT liquidity here, and just silver just smashed through that. We'll see. We'll see. For being okay. Someone says 100K to 1 million. Okay, for being okay for the rest of your life. But like, what does being okay even mean? All right, you have to have an idea of what that means for you. And like I said, you have to have an idea of what that means from the perspective of living in the country where you want to live. Okay, because if you're going to live, like, for example, in Switzerland, all right, Switzerland is an expensive country. Let's say you're going to live in the UK. But now the question is, what part of UK? Because if you're going to live like in a, I don't know, like a small village or something like that in the UK, you're going to be fine with less money. But if you're going to want to live in, for example, London, then that's going to be a problem. All right. So you really have to have these things, you know, cleared up in your head. Otherwise, and you know, every amount is going to seem to be okay depending on these factors: the lifestyle that you want to have and the country you want to live in, and more than the country, the city you're going to live in. And plus, also think about it: do you own a home, or are you going to be renting for the rest of your life? You also need to take care of that, because renting brings some expenses, some of the expenses that owning a home does not necessarily bring, right? Like, for example, if you own your home and it's like completely yours, it's not owned by the bank and you pay monthly installments. Not like that. You really own the home, right? For example, in my country, in Romania, if you own the home, the space where you live, you're the owner, you're not going to pay that much in government taxes or something like that. Of course, it also depends on factors like how big your house is, or is it a house? Is it an apartment? If it's an apartment, is it an apartment in a new complex building, or is it like in an old building, right? All these things you have to take into consideration whenever you're deciding what is the amount of money that would bring you like an okay lifestyle, you know? So yeah, okay. I don't like the way silver is rejecting from this thing over here. I don't know how I would call this. Like it's an inversion fair value gap. Of course, I know how I would call this. But, you know, maybe it's actually not going to reject from there. Who knows? We'll see. For now, we're good. We're good. We're good for now. And even if it goes the other way, it's not going to be such a big deal because I'm only going to lose about $100. You need 1 million for USA. I think 1 million is not enough to live in the USA for the rest of your lives, especially if you're in your mid-20s or your 30s or your 40s. I don't think it's enough. Of course, just like I said, it depends where exactly in the US you want to live. What city? Like, are you thinking Miami? Because if you're thinking Miami, 1 million is probably going to last you like a year, 1 year or so. And I'm not saying like live a lavish lifestyle or something like that, no. But I don't know if you're going to move to, I don't know, like another state, Pennsylvania. I don't know, I'm just saying, you know, the math changes, right? And you wouldn't need that much money in order to live okay-ish. So there's a lot of stuff that you need to consider. Think about it like this. If you are somewhat content, okay, you don't live the lifestyle of your dream. You don't live the life of your dream. You don't have like a lifestyle that you would only dream of right now, okay? And you're employed, right? You work at a 9-to-5 job. And let's say at your 9-to-5 job, you're earning $2,000 per month or the equivalent, whatever. And then you're thinking, okay, so my current lifestyle with my monthly income from being like an employed, a 9-to-5er, I'm okay. Like I can have 1 or 2 vacations, like holidays every year. I afford to own a car. I own my house, or I afford to rent. I afford like good food. I'm not struggling financially. I have a relatively okay health insurance and I'm fine. I also afford to pay, I don't know, to go out every week or every 2 weeks. And every month I afford to buy myself some new fashion items or whatever, right? Let's just say this, like an average lifestyle, average cost of living, all right? And you can achieve that with $2,000 per month that you get as an income from your 9-to-5 job. If that's what you want to achieve, if you want your lifestyle to stay the same, but the only change that you want to make in your life is just to quit your job and, earn that money from trading so that you can keep living the same lifestyle, then you've got yourself the answer, right? If I could make $2,000 per month from trading, I could actually quit my job and then whatever, And then just think about it. In order to make $2,000 per month, let's just say that you don't want to put too much stress on yourself in the idea that $2,000 should not represent like, I need to double my account every month because otherwise I won't be able to make that $2,000, right? So you don't want to put that kind of stress on yourself. So let's say that you're going to say, well, okay, if I can make like 10% every month, all right? And with that 10% every month from my account balance would mean $2,000. If I could make that, I would be okay. $2,000, it's an amount of money that's okay for me to keep living the same lifestyle. And then to make 10% every month, it's not such a big deal. You only have to make like on average 0.5% profit per day, which it's really doable. Come on, it's really achievable. Okay? So then you just do the math. Well, it means that I would need to have an account size of $20,000 in order to be able to make 10% monthly. And that 10% would be $2,000. And I would actually afford to live the lifestyle that I live right now. But I wouldn't have to do that by being a 9-to-5er. And that's your math. And that's it. That's what you would have to do. Yeah. This was going out okay. But right now it's just meandering around. We're fucking around where I don't know what exactly it's doing. What I don't really like, or not necessarily that I don't like it, but I would have preferred to see that silver would have created a bearish fair value gap in here after it rejected from this high. I would have liked to see that, honestly, and it did not. And I'm on the 1 minute, and don't say, well, if you go to the 15 seconds, you're probably going to see more than one bearish fair value gap. Don't say that, because I'm not going to go to like those kinds of time frames. Five minutes. What's the 5 minutes saying? Yeah, you see, the 5 minutes, it's really just kind of like finding support here still. I would really not want to see this fair value gap being rebalanced. I would like that to remain as a breakaway gap, but you know, I'm not really sure I have a good understanding of what a breakaway gap is. So yeah, it's the first gap that forms but and it remains unbalanced, right? But then the question is, should it remain unbalanced? Like price rebalances this one, and that one, the yellow one, remains unbalanced. And in order to keep considering it a breakaway gap, whatever rejection happens from this lower fair value gap should go lower. And if it doesn't happen that, then this is not considered a breakaway gap anymore. Like, that's what I don't understand. And yeah, I don't understand that thing about breakaway gaps. You know, guys, there are a lot of concepts that I don't necessarily understand from trading. And honestly, I think that if I would try to understand, like learn about them, I think that I would get like, you know, analysis paralysis, because I went through that and I really don't want to go through that again. Yeah. More than this one, I think that this one is actually relevant, because this is the one that got respected. All right, so this is the fair value gap that got respected, and then price went down, creating this SMT. No, but then it broke lower. It's not the same model. Anyway, we'll see, guys. We might actually see trend bullish. Possible for gold to crawl back up? Yeah, of course, everything is possible. M5 SMT and then fair value gap. M5 SMT, someone says. M5 SMT, where is that? Because I don't see it. I don't see it. Like, if you're thinking this fair value gap and then what SMT? Or if you're thinking this SMT and then the fair value gap, in this case, when gold makes a higher low, we should have had the fair value gap here. And then gold would go down into it, creating the higher low and then reject. Okay, when we're looking at this kind of SMT divergence where gold creates a higher low, we want the fair value gap to exist on the first leg up. And I can't really say we have that in here, because it went under it, but then, you know, it reclaimed it with this fair value gap. Yeah, the price action is not really clear for me at this point. I shouldn't enter the trade, but right now I'm $75 in drawdown, so it's not such a big deal, and it's just getting close to the stop loss. And if it's gonna take me out, it's not gonna be such a big deal, okay? So that's completely fine. I wonder if we had in here in 1R. No, we did not. We had only 30 pips. I had only 30 pips. No. Yeah, you see? Look at this. This one. Bearish FVG rebalances it, respects it, goes lower, creates the SMT, and then goes one time above it, under it, and then another time above it. It's really, really weird price action, honestly. Very weird. It looks like it's rejecting a demand zone. Yeah, it might. I'm thinking you're thinking from a higher time frame, right? It's well seen on the 4-hour here. We'll see. Creating liquidity both ways. Yeah. Yeah. Are the times still off due to daylight savings time? Yes, they are. If you're using like a MT4 broker and you want to convert everything into New York time zone, you need to do it by deducting 1 hour than your normal usual calculations. Wheel Beast, you're saying this for the second time. I feel it's bullish until 30.50. Yeah, it might be, but I don't know. Can we take trading decisions based on what we feel? Every time I did that, it was either because I was feeling the urge to take a trade, or because I was feeling the fear of missing out, or because I was feeling the impulse to open a trade right now. So usually what we feel is not a good signal to take a buy or a sell, you know? That's why you have to ignore what you feel, control what you feel, and just let the price action show you what it wants to do. I saw your video 7 years ago and today I found you online. I'm looking forward to it. Cheers. Thank you. Wow, 7 years ago. Are you sure? Like, it's been 7 years since I started my YouTube channel? Oh, 7 years! Oh my god! Can't believe that. It seems like an eternity, honestly. Oh my god, I make such good coffee. Wow. You guys, where are you from? Write your country in the comment section. Where are you guys from? You can write your country and your city. Come on, country followed by city. Guys, country followed by city. City! Rwanda, Kigali, Paris, France. Oh my god, I never been to Paris. Iglesia, Sardinia. Wow, South Africa, Cape Town. London, UK. Johannesburg, South Africa. Romania, Baku. Oh my god. Ukraine, Zaporizhia. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Bahamas, Nassau. Bahamas! Wow. Spain. Gijón? Am I pronouncing that correctly? Right now, Sean is in Seattle, in Jacksonville, Florida. Cambridge, UK. Cape Town. Detroit, USA. Australia. Romania, Bucharest. My location. Belgium, Antwerp. Melbourne. Kyrgyzstan, really? I have someone in the live stream who's from Kyrgyzstan. Like, what are the odds? Philippines, Australia, Orange. Orange is like, I don't know, is Orange a county or is it like a city in Australia? Wow, you guys come here from all over the world. India, Bangalore. Wow, 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 wow. I am really amazed how people from different parts of the world can actually just get in contact so easily through, you know, social media. I think it just blows me away every time, honestly. Morocco, Poland. Okay, so the guy who's right now in Kyrgyzstan is actually from Pakistan, but he's there studying MBBS. I don't know what MBBS is. Sorry. 59 stream likes. I don't know if I should feel sad or just upset. Sad because my content probably, maybe you feel bored. And upset because you're not liking the stream. Anyway. Canada, Toronto. Okay, so you're studying to be a doctor. Awesome. It's really cool. Wow. Wow. So many parts of the world. Like, it's just mind-blowing, honestly. All right, let's see what the 5 minute has to say, because, you know, it's worth looking at what new price action forms on my preferred time frame, right? Someone's here, William from USA, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Wow. Cool stuff. Someone asked me, how old am I? How old am I, really? What do you guys think? Come on, guess my age. And don't be disrespectful to start, you know, mocking me. Oh, you're 80, you look like 80. Don't do that. Come on, guess my age. Watching you from Rio de Janeiro. I'm from Bombay, India. Come on, I don't look like 17. 7 years older than since you started streaming. Marco says I'm 50. You guys, do I look like 50? What's wrong with you? Or with me? Someone says I'm 45. Wow. And here I was, thinking to myself, well, ask the guys in the chat how old they think you are, so that they actually say that you look like you're 20-something. 42, 45, 27, 33, 39, 37, 35, 35, 43, 35, 41, 39, 37, okay, 34. 25. I wish I was 25. You are 32 years, 31. There's 2 people who had it right. 2 people had it right. Only 2 people. And now you're gonna go, like, I imagine each and every one of you right now scrolling back in the chat and looking for that number which was only said 2 times. Yeah, only 2 people got that right. Mihai, you did that, didn't you? You scrolled to the chat to see what number was said only 2 times. Okay, now it's 3 times. 3 times. 3 people had it right. Oh my God, just look at this. It's just not going anywhere. I honestly wish I would close my trade. I'm $30 in profit right now. But then I'm thinking, well, I bet that if you're gonna do that, it's gonna start go either way, either up or down. The volume is gonna come. And so what? Point is that I'm not gonna lose too much. I mean, it's insignificant. Yes, I'm 39. I was born in 1986. And it's gonna be my birthday in May. I have big gap in transmissions and I thought guys are writing their age. Ah, okay. All right. Yes, guys, I'm 39. Irrelevant, if you ask me. You know, where people say, age is just a number. Honestly, many times I get asked how old I am, and I need to think about it for a second. And I go like, okay, what year were we in? 2025. And I was born in 1986. So in 2026, I would be 40. So it's 1 year earlier than 2026. So it means I'm 39. And that takes me a few seconds, you know. Yeah. So yeah, yes. Many times I forget my age. I don't know if it's normal, but it just happens. Someone said, I think you should gift us funded accounts for those who guessed your age correct. You know what? I might actually start doing that. We might actually start giving away funded accounts, like FundedNext accounts, to people who are going to be winning different little games that we're going to play. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Spice things up a bit in the chat. Not a bad idea. Today is really boring. But it's good. That's how trading is supposed to be, boring. I don't think it makes any sense to keep watching the 1 minute, honestly. So I'll just switch to the 5 minutes. Because right now it's very obvious the fact that price is just consolidating between these two price areas. All right, so unless something happens to break out of this consolidation, it's just gonna be like this. So it doesn't make any sense to sit and wait for that on the 1 minute. All right, let's play another round of that game, you guys. Do you want? Bună ziua, Alexandru. Bună ziua. Bună ziua, it's how you say good day in Romanian, which is my native language. All right, you guys, let's play that little game again, shall we? Positive words that start with letter, and then I'm gonna say A, and then the first person who comments the word stop in the chat, I'll stop saying the alphabet, and we're gonna look for words, positive words that start with that letter, okay? just to, you know, make our minds focus on something else, like something positive, so that we don't start to overthink whatever is going on in the charts. Okay, because right now, usually, if you're gonna pay attention to your thoughts, you're gonna see that whenever price is not moving, especially when you are in a trade and price is not moving either way, you're gonna see that you're gonna have a tendency to start looking for different forms of analysis. Okay, did I analyze this correctly? Is it likely to do this? Is it likely to do that? And then you're gonna start to make a mush out of your analysis. All right, so just to get our focus away from that, okay, let's play another round of this game. So I'll say A, and whenever you guys write stop in the chat, I will stop, and we're gonna start finding positive words that start with that letter. So A. Okay, Thomas said stop. The letter is L. So positive words that start with the letter L. All right, let's see what you guys have for me. We've got Lara. Nice. Loyal. I love it. Loyal. All right. What else? Love. Good. Learn. Perfect. What else? Like. Okay. Why don't you hit that like button since we're talking about likes? Lesson. Okay. Lucky. Nice. Loop. Loop. How is loop? How is loop like a positive word? Explain, please. Limitless. Oh yeah. Levitate. All right. Legend. Yay. Loving. Okay, we're gonna put that next to love, so it's leap. Yes. Well done. Lucky, that was already said. Liberate. Limit. Limit, I wouldn't say it's a positive word. Long. Long. As in what? Logical. All right. Logical. I like logical. Logic stuff. I like that. What else do we have? Life. Yes. Love, liberate. I think we had liberate, didn't we? We didn't. Liberate. All right. Laugh. Yay. Liberty, leader. Wow, wow, wow. Well done, you guys. Leverage, lighthearted. Nice. What else? Lasting, lift, luxurious. Yay. Luxurious, lavish. You guys are killing it. All right. Launch. Yeah, which is exactly what gold is doing. It's launching itself up. Lucrative. Wow. Well done, you guys. Well done. Really nice. I think you guys like this little game, don't you? It really puts your mind, yeah, to think about, you know, other stuff other than, oh my God, I wonder what the price is gonna do right now, and freak out. Lamborghini, yay! Oh my God, I'm gonna write this down. Lambo, yay! Listen, nice. Someone said, as soon as we play a game, the price starts to move. Well, I wonder, are we playing the right game because it's not moving in the right direction? Anyway, I love it. Well done, you guys. All right. Very soon now. So I'm $84 in drawdown. $90 in drawdown right now. Lunch, leap, luminous, lecture, life. Well done, you guys. Well done. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. You know, I'm just gonna let you know, if price is gonna take me out, all right, if it's gonna take me out, I'm gonna wait a few more minutes to see if it's gonna have any form of you know, reaction from this minor buy side liquidity area. And I'll then probably wait to see if I can get like another setup, whether it's gonna be long or short, I don't know. And I don't know if it's not going to give me like another setup in maximum half an hour, 20 minutes to half an hour, I think that we can call it a day. Boop, 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 boop. Lollipop, someone said. Lollipop. Wow, so boring. All right, out. Let's see how much I'm losing on this trade. Minus $114 plus the $1.50 commission, $115.50 minus on this trade. Now I'll wait and see what it does from here. So I was $600 up for the day from this trade over here, which I took with 0.3, and now another trade 0.3 minus 115. Just so you know my stats for today. All right, someone's asking, so Letter, you trading a $20,000 account if 2,000 is your 10%? 2,000 is not my 10%. I was just giving you an example. That's what I was doing. No, I'm not trading a 20K account. I'm trading a 50K account, and it is a funded account. Which broker do you use? It's a funded account, so I'm using FundedNext. If you got, it's a prop firm, right? They are also a broker. They also have like a brokerage license. Will be interesting to see if it disrespected the 5-minute fair value gap. I'm thinking you're saying this one. All right, so we have one loss for this live stream. Which broker do I use? So this is a funded account, the one that I traded. And I also, I don't know if you guys recall, I also have like a minor personal account. And that one is with the broker RoboForex. Best broker in my opinion. Very low spreads, acceptable commission, if you compare to the industry average, it's very acceptable commission. Spread is usually less than half a pip, like less than 5 points for gold, which is awesome. Withdrawals that are free of charge, like in the idea that you won't have to pay like a withdrawal commission, you know, for your online transaction for your bank or whatever. So withdrawals that are free of commission 3 times a month, like 3 days of Tuesday a month. So yeah, they're really good. How was your experience with FundedNext? Well, I'm just gonna say this, and then you can draw your own conclusion. If I were to pick one prop firm at this point, if I were to start again, or you know, start from scratch, I would definitely pick them. I wouldn't pick FTMO. I wouldn't pick Top Tier. I wouldn't pick any other prop firm. The reason is because their customer service is really their goal is really to, you know, fix your problem if you have one, which it's something that I can't really say about customer service teams of other prop firms. So yeah, my experience with FundedNext, I wouldn't change it. Right now, I wouldn't. I never regret, like they were the ones who contacted me, I think 2 years ago, or maybe a year and a half ago, something like that. And that was the first time when I actually traded a funded account or a prop account, prop firm. And I really don't regret, not a second. I don't. 50K is huge for me as a beginner. I prefer 5K. Perfect. Then you can get like the smallest account that you can get from FundedNext is a $6,000 account. And by the way, guys, all right, let me show you here. FundedNext.com. All right, so if you go to their website, all right, FundedNext.com, and you go here to, so first you can go to free trial, okay? You have the option to get like a free trial account so that you can get used to their trading conditions. And in my opinion, this is really important because you can get used to their trading rules, you can get used to their spreads, to their fill orders, and all of that stuff, okay? And also to the platforms that they offer. You can trade, so you can take like a challenge account on MT4 platform, MT5, CTrader, TradingView. All right, they offer these 4 platforms, which is great, right? So you can get like a free trial so that you can get used to their trading conditions before deciding whether you want to buy, you know, to get a challenge account from them. Then, if we go here to, you know, to challenges, you're gonna see that you have 3 plans to choose from. All right. So 3 plans to choose from: Stellar 2-step, Stellar 1-step, or Stellar Light. My opinion is that Stellar 2-step is the most convenient one, especially if you don't want to rush things. And it's a combination between good price and good trading conditions, as in good profit split, good like acceptable, not acceptable, but good profit target for the first phase, for the second phase. I really think it's really great. Okay, so if you would get a Stellar 2-step account, that would be $6,000 balance. All right, you would get that plan for $59. Okay, $59 to get access to a $6,000 account. Oh my God, what happened? something happened. I think they're updating their website or not, whatever. All right, so $59 to get access to a $6,000 account, okay? If you're gonna use the link in the description of this live stream, you're gonna find a link there for FundedNext. If you're gonna use that link, you will also get a discount. So you're gonna pay less than $59 if you wanna get, for example, a $6,000. Also, you're gonna pay less than $299 if you wanna get, for example, a $50,000 account, okay? If you use the link in the description of this live stream, right? So here are the conditions. So your profit target in phase 1 is 8%. So you have to make, how much is 8%? That's like $480, okay? You have to make $480 profit in order to pass your first phase. In second phase, the profit target is 5%. So you have to make $300 profit so that you can pass your second phase. There is no time limit for either of these two. It's just a normal in the industry lately. Maximum overall loss, it's 10%, so $600. So basically, at any stage of your challenge, whether you're in phase 1 or phase 2, if you lose $601 accumulated across multiple losses, you're gonna fail, right? If you fail a challenge, you will not have to pay the full challenge fee. You can get that at a 20% discount, okay? Every time you reset. Your maximum daily loss is 5%, so you're not allowed to lose more than $300 a day. You're allowed to trade during the news. You can get up to 95% profit split. Oh my God, why does this keep happening? All right. You have a minimum trading day of 5, right? So if you pass one of the challenges in 2 days, for example, okay, you will still have to wait an additional 3 days during which you need to place a trade so that you can have at least 5 trading days. And they allow you, for example, to open and immediately close a 0.01 trade so that you can meet that criteria of having at least 5 trading days. Your first withdrawal is after 21 days, all right? After you become funded, after 21 days. And then you get to withdraw funds every 14 days. So you're going to have like a bi-monthly withdrawal. Once you become funded, you're also given back your fee, which was $59, and something that no other prop firm has. When you become funded, all right, with your first withdrawal, with your first payout, you actually also get, on top of your refundable fee, right, you also get 15% profit share from the profit you made during your first 2 challenge phases. So for example, when I became funded with my 50K account, once I had my first payout, I got back my $299 challenge fee, okay? And I also got my payout. And on top of that, I also got almost $1,000, which represented 15% profit that I made during both live stream, during both, oh my God, challenge phases. And I don't know if there are other prop firms who have this kind of stuff. I don't know. Maybe there are, but I'm not aware of. But I think this is pretty cool. Honestly, I really think it's pretty cool. All right, so here's the thing with whatever price action is doing right now. Okay, so we have this. All right, and a possible rejection from this bearish fair value gap. And we have this. But at the same time, we also broke above this minor SMT buy-side liquidity area with the fair value gap, which seems to be respected right now. You know, here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm thinking about doing. I'll wait for this 5-minute candle to close. If it's going to close bearish, I don't want to see that the weak rejection is too big. So if it's going to close like that, I'm not going to be really happy, but whatever. But if we're going to see a rejection from this CIBI on the 1 minute, which is part of the 5-minute candle that just closed, which seems to be a rejection from this fair value gap. So we have the fair value gap, and how do we know that the fair value gap is going to make price not go higher? It's going to keep, cap price from going higher. Usually that's going to be confirmed by an SMT, which we do have the SMT right now, okay? And we see that this bearish candle that just closed, the 1050 candle, it's also a bearish candle on silver, which shows to be rejecting from having taken buy side above that high. What I'm not really happy about is that this is the third time when silver is taking buy side above that high, above that minor SMT buy side area, and it didn't reject so far, and right now it's doing it. Like, I don't know what to say. It's a bit weird, but I'm gonna give it a shot if and only if price will start to reject from the CIBI and it's going to break lower here on the that's what I'm going to do. And if it doesn't do that, if it goes higher, I'm just going to give up on the idea of looking for any more shorts. Do you copy trade multiple accounts? No, I don't. What about Fivers? Funding pips? I don't know. I never traded those. I heard Fivers are okay. I wouldn't know. Probably they are. What about BOGO? BOGO, it's like buy one, get one. That's really cool, guys. Not very often FundedNext has this offer where if you buy one challenge account, you're going to get a second identical challenge account for free. And you get access to that once you pass the first one, which I really think it's great. If you have multiple accounts with FundedNext, can you connect them somehow for copy trading? Say you have two 50K accounts passed. Yes, of course. The only condition is that they have to be the same account types. So, for example, you cannot merge a Stellar 2-step and a Stellar Light. They both have to be either Stellar 2-step or Stellar Light. No, it is not a rejection in my opinion. Yeah, my opinion also, and I can actually see that. Yeah, I was thinking it's not really a rejection, the kind of rejection that I want to see, because the down wick of that candle was not very nice. So yeah. Gold was playing with longs and shorts. Yeah, it was. I have a friend, a lady friend. Her name is Beatrice. Whenever I talk to her, she says to me, "Hey, gold digger, how are you?" Because she knows that I trade gold. And every time I talk to her, she's like, "Hey, gold digger, how are you? How's it going? Digging for gold." Gold digger. Yeah. She actually made a lot of money. Beatrice, my friend. She made a lot of money during the pandemic because she bought Nvidia. She bought shares with Nvidia a lot, and she made a lot of money. This looks interesting. How many hours a day do you trade? Usually 2 to 3 hours, no more. Just when I'm in the live streams. I'm talking to ChatGPT, by the way. If you're wondering why am I not saying anything, I'm talking to ChatGPT. Someone's asking me in the chat if I have kids. I have 2 cats, if you consider that to be like relevant. I do. So yeah, you can say I have 2 cats. The way you're trading, it seems it's better and easier to trade live with background music and sharing views that will keep stress levels in check. Definitely. Absolutely. Every time you're trading, it's good to have an audience. And that audience can be viewers, you know, on YouTube live streams. That audience could be like, let's say, a friend that you're learning together with. It could be your brother, your sister, someone that you would feel ashamed of to break your own rules or to enter in a trade without knowing why. It really helps. Because usually we tend to not feel shame from ourselves, you know? Like, if I say to myself, well, I only will take this trade if this happens, and then that thing does not happen, but I end up taking the trade, I'm not going to be ashamed of myself, you know? Which means that chances are that I will repeat that same behavior in the future, which means that chances are that long term, I'm not going to be successful or profitable. But when you have an audience that could, you know, could say, well, didn't you say you're not going to take this trade? Why did you take it? You were waiting for this to happen in order for you to take the trade. But you took the trade even though this did not happen. So now you have another person who's keeping you accountable, and it forces you to realize the fact that you're promising things to yourself and you're not keeping your promises to yourself. And that's really powerful, because this is a very good way in which to get over bad habits, get over bad trading habits. But of course, the person that will keep you accountable, or the person who will keep you accountable, that person needs to be the kind of person that is usually disciplined with trading, or the kind of person that is usually disciplined in some area of their life, you know? Because at the same time, you don't want to hear someone keeping you accountable if that person is not an example of discipline themselves, you know? In whatever area of their life. Doesn't have to be in trading. Someone said 3043.51. Entry GLHF. I don't know what that means. GLHF. I don't know what it means. Okay, so this is no longer in play. That possible SMT. Oh, good luck, have fun. Okay. When I read GL, I was like, okay, good luck. And then I was used to good luck, good trading, you know? But then the HF was like, what? Okay, good luck, have fun. I was eyeballing this. I'm not sure if XAUUSD, if this is the reason why you're thinking an entry around that area. but I also saw that. I'm not sure though. Anyway. Very, very weird price action. Remember when I was telling you yesterday that, for example, this move to the upside, right? It's gonna start to form like a bullish order flow, first starting from the 1 minute, right? And you're gonna start to see price forming fair value gaps and then respecting them, right? So it started here on the 1 minute, and then here, and then it just continued to do that, right? Just rejecting from a fair value gap and then going higher, all right? And then I was telling you that usually as multiple candles on the 1 minute are gonna form and new highs will be created, whatever, we're gonna see that bullish order flow will start to occur or to be respected or to form on the following higher time frame, which the next one, you know, it's the 5 minute, the usual one. It's usually the 5 minute, right? So we see that after the 1 minute did its thing, then it started to create bullish fair value gaps on the 1 minute, on the 5 minute, right? And just entering, respecting, going higher. So now I'm thinking, right? Why didn't it do that on the 15 minutes? I mean, it would have been so easy to leave a BISI around here somewhere. But it didn't do that. Anyway. Hello from Hungary. Hi. Hello. Yeah. My father was in Hungary like 30 years ago. He went there after the communism ended in my country. He went there to buy t-shirts and something else. I don't remember. Anyway, clothing items. To buy a lot of clothing items. And then he came here in the country and started selling them for more, so that he can actually make more money, you know. It looks like a complex pullback to a supply zone. Whatever that means. Complex pullback. I'm not really sure if you could buy a house for 20 bucks, but 20 bucks were a lot of money back then, or was a lot of money back then. Like 30 something years ago. Yeah. Like, just so you understand, after the communism ended in my country, which was in the 1990s, my parents paid for the house, for the apartment, the amount of money that you would pay right now to buy a sandwich, like a Subway sandwich, you know? Half of it. Like, that amount of money right now is like $3. Yeah. So yeah, I guess you could say you could buy a house for 20 bucks. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So yeah, the amount of money that my parents paid for the apartment that I grew up in, right now, that money would be worth around $3. Wow. Inflation is a bitch. A real bitch. It's crazy. You know, I've been watching like every day after I finish these live streams. I come back at the charts after about an hour or so, and like, you know, around 2 p.m. New York time, and I noticed such good setups happening after 2 p.m. New York. Like, it's insane. Insane. They don't move a lot of pips, but they look clear, you know, from a technical analysis perspective. Insane, honestly. Nothing's really happening, huh? Wow, really, really boring price action. Like, I understand boring, but like, not like this. Really not like this. All right, you guys, I think I'm going to call it a day because I feel like I'm staying here for nothing, honestly. So yeah, you guys, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll be here at the same hour, 9 a.m. New York time. If you guys have questions that, you know, you need clarification with, you can ask your questions in the chat. Not in the chat, in the comments, okay? After the live stream ends. And thank you again for being here. And don't forget to also be here tomorrow, starting 9 a.m. New York. Bye, guys.